Hey, what's going on guys? It's Loza. We're talking about what if Dark Magician had a fusion spell that was super cracked out, and how many ways could we get to it? The Dark Magician engine is actually very efficient at grabbing its spell traps. The problem so far has been that they're just not strong enough to pop off by themselves. But here's some examples of how consistent the deck is. Now this goes to show that Dark Magician can really find its spells and traps quite efficiently, we just need better ones. So here's Prep grabbing Illusion of Chaos, and then can grab Rod, and then Rod can grab whatever spell trap we like. In this case, it's Secrets, but it would be our cracked Dark Magician fusion spell. Is another example where you could use Circle in combination with Soul Servant to make sure you see the cracked fusion spell, and then you'd be able to get value on the Soul Servant later. And another one, Upstart, or if you play OCG Chicken Game plus Soul Servant, would be able to get you to the fusion spell as well. Not to mention Magician Souls and the Soul Servant would be able to get you there as well. Just because, you know, you've milled that Dark Magician, your Soul Servant's live, go grab the fusion spell. Now, of course, this fusion spell would have to be pretty restrictive so it's not played in other archetypes, because you can see how easily we can get it with a couple of Dark Magician cards. This next combo is a bit crazy, but Inheritance can get there as well, if we really wanted to play it. Until we get that cracked fusion spell, we're stuck doing the usual 2-card combo to try to get to a fusion and hoping we don't get hand trapped or interrupted along the way. But we're also hoping to open Circle and Eternal Soul here, because unfortunately if we're searching for the Tamais, then we can't go grab Circle or Eternal Soul. So now we know if we had a fusion spell, we'd have super easy access to it. Now we need to discuss, what do we want from a fusion spell? Now obviously this Dark Resonance Burst is not that fusion spell, but I thought it's such a good artwork for the fusion spell, like this would be a really nice one. We want something very similar to Red Eye's Fusion, mainly because, well, Red Eye's Fusion does exactly what we want. The only problem is it's not a Dark Magician card. So if we could essentially get a Dark Magician version of Red Eye's Fusion, which maybe had a couple of extra restrictions to prevent it from being played in other decks, that would be super ideal for us. Even if the Dark Magician Fusion could not summon Dragoon, it would still be an amazing card. If they made it just summon Dark Magician Dragon Knight or the Dark Magicians, that would be a step in the right direction for the deck, in my opinion. While I love that Red Eye's Fusion sends 2 vanillas to the grave, which means Dragoon has double pops, I think going forward we just need a fusion spell that lets us get to our fusions, even if they're the weaker ones, more efficiently and more effectively, because the deck now has, I think, nearly 10 fusions, yet we don't have a good way to summon them. A 2-card combo involving a lot of monster effects is not really a safe way in today's meta. And as many people have pointed out, Red Eye's Fusion loses to Ash, and so would the Dark Magician Fusion card. However, the deck can still do other things, and if we had our own fusion spell, it means if we get ashed on it, we can actually still do those other plays now, instead of being locked under Red Eye's Fusion's no more summoning restriction. Anyway, that's all from me today. I just love Dark Magician. I love talking about it and theory crafting, new support, new spells that we could have later down the line, and I just love showing off what the DM engine can do, because you know what, it's such a cool deck. I just wish we got that little extra piece to make us playable in the current format. But anyway, hopefully those DM structure decks help us out, and if not, well, we're crying in the club. Anyway, see ya.
Hey you, yeah you, you've been wondering where I get my singles from. Well, it brings me great joy to say I get my singles from Grimdark Gaming. Whether you play Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, Dragon Ball, Flesh and Blood, Magic the Gathering, MetaZoo, or whatever it is you're after, make sure with your purchase to use code LOZA2 and apply that to get 5% off your order. And of course, that 5% goes to helping me out to make this channel so awesome for you. So make sure you check out Grimdark Gaming down in the description of this video and use the promo code LOZA2.